It's an abuse of power. Because that person can't defend themselves.
I just wanted her to stop, so I just did whatever I was told.
All of that could have been avoided if they just listened to me.
And I just felt totally and utterly safe in her hands. I knew that she knew what to do.
So the whole community experience was incredible. I honestly haven't got a single bad thing to say.
And I think if you had a negative experience of giving birth, that is going to stick with you, because the negative aspects of giving birth have stuck with me, even though they were quite small in comparison to the positive aspects.
Giving birth changes you. It changes who you are completely. Not just because you've got a baby at the end, because there are families out there who've lost a baby after giving birth, and there's still change.
And I was angry in the hospital. I was angry the first night I spent with my child. All I was feeling was anger. And as I say, that anger lasted for about a year.
When you've got a support in your pregnancy, I feel like you enter motherhood with a little bit more confidence. Whereas if you haven't got the support and the backup and all of that, that confidence, especially if something goes wrong, could come crashing down. And that could also, I feel, interfere with how a mum reacts with her baby in the end of things.
I get the impression that definitely the post-natal ward that I was on was a bit under-resourced, in that there weren't really enough staff to help people properly.
And then when she came back again a bit later, and and I said, well, I was sorry, for bothering her, but I'd had a really rubbish 24 hours. And she said, well, you should just be happy that you can have a baby.
So I just stick with the gas in there and don't bother, just let them do what they're doing. That way you don't feel as if you're making a nuisance.
The baby's okay, so what's your problem? And that it doesn't make what you go through okay if you've had a bad time.
She made us feel extremely safe and cared for in every way. And any worry that we had, we could talk to her, and at no time ever was she judgmental or critical or negative. She was just wonderful. And to have a continuity of care with one particular or a couple of midwives is the ideal, definitely. And I have experienced that.
As if somebody had been there as an advocate for me, understanding what my wishes were, and when I said I can do this myself, trusted me. I could have had a great experience second time round, but the support just wasn't there.
But it's also about mothers taking charge of it and saying, no, I will not have that experience. But it feels a bit like the possibilities to have any sort of other experience are being closed down.
So I'd kind of got into my midwife appointment going, okay, right, this is what I want. I'm not backing down, or, I've got this idea and these are my reasons and I think it's reasonable and it should be fine. And kind of came out of it thinking, oh, okay, maybe it's not going to be so bad. I've been listened to, this is nice. And then a few weeks later, it hadn't been listened to at all.
Having a baby is the most important thing in your life. There's no way you'll forget it. There's no way that, anything that happens won't be ingrained on your memory forever, and won't, I believe, as well, impact on how you parent to start with as well. I definitely think I bonded better with my second baby, having had an easy birth, than I did with my first.